But Europe's second largest and most profitable auto company, the PSA Group, is hungry for more acquisitions. The French giant is keen to expand and has shown a fair interest in the jewel crown for Tata Motors, that's JRL. Here out an exclusive interaction with Horma Sarabji.
I think when you came in Indian partner, you didn't want to do this on your own. You needed an Indian partner, if I'm correct. There was also discussion with Tata, which, what happened with that?
Ask Tata.
Okay, you're not giving me all that. Just want to talk on the overall brands you have. You've got Opel, you've got Vauxhall, you've got Ambassador. Don't know what you're going to do with that, but you know, you've got a lot of brands. But there's one piece of the puzzle missing, or not the puzzle, or your portfolio missing, which is premium, above DS. Is that an area that interests you?
If you allow me, I would like to correct that. DS is premium.
Well, I'm talking about maybe
luxury,
well above that. Yeah, luxury.
Luxury. No,
I meant luxury.
Okay, that's a fair point. We don't have it.
Would you like a luxury brand?
You never know. As long as it's not a distraction, it's fine. As long as it is not a distraction. You know, we have a lot on our plate.
Would you be interested in Jaguar Land Rover, for example?
As long as it is not a distraction.
So it's not a no.
We used to say that we always consider all the opportunities.
But you've had a chat with them, or no discussion yet?
No, we didn't.
No discussions with
no, sir.
Tata on JLR?
No, and you see, the point is, please recognize very basic things. First, we are the most profitable car company in Europe. Secondly, we are on the podium of the worldwide industry in terms of profitability. Third, we have delivered very significant free cash flows, positive free cash flows, which means we are funding our future in terms of technology, product, and markets. So we are where we are. We stand on our two legs, and we are moving forward with a push-to-pass strategic plan. If there are opportunities like the acquisition of Opel Vauxhall, of course we will consider, as we did for Opel Vauxhall, and we could turn around the company that was in the red for 20 years. We turned it around in 12 months. So this is something we know how to do, but we don't have a specific target. We just have one target, which is to implement the push-to-pass strategic plan. That's the target. Everything else is just opportunity.
Yeah, so before I go on to the next question, you would like to have a luxury brand. It would be nice if it was not a distraction.
Why not?
Okay.
Why shouldn't we discuss that? It depends. It depends on how kind of value creation we could generate. But you see, this is not at all our focus.
Okay. Just coming back to India, looking at your models product portfolio and your strategy, you've got the C5 and you're coming down. One gets the sense that the smart thing to do is not to tread on Maruti's turf. I mean, it's logical. Thin margins, they've really like a fortress over there. You've been involved with Quid, and you know we've seen what's happened with it. Do you think that's a fair way to at least start off? Let's not get into a fight where it's going to be very tough to win.
You see, in our own wording, we call it the red ocean. You don't have to go in the red ocean.
That's a nice way of putting it.
By choice.
Right.
You don't have to go in the red ocean by choice. Now, what you have to do is to delight our customers. You need to bring the value that they are willing to pay for, which is another challenge, which is to understand what is valuable in the eyes of the Indian customers. And this is the reason why we are engineering the cars right here and not in Europe. The reason why we are engineering the cars here in Chennai and in India is because we believe we will understand better here what the Indian consumers are expecting from us, and then we will create value, which means we don't have to go in the red ocean if we create value and the customers accept to pay for it.
But it's still an ocean. I mean, it could be a black ocean one day or
That's what we are planning for by being very frugal, very scalable in the way we do business. So we start with limited investments and then we grow the investments based on the success that we have. We go very deep in the localization rate from day one, above 90% from day one. We try to give ourselves the best conditions for success by working with an Indian partner who knows very well the Indian supplier base and the Indian way of doing things. And we try to align the stars. Are we going to be able to align all the stars? Future will say.
Yeah, absolutely. Last question is, talking about your scale and your exports and probably the kind of global appeal of the products, can one assume then you might stay away from products which have a very unique India focus, which is the sub-4 meter segment, which doesn't exist anywhere in the world except in India, and that might not give you the global scale? I mean, is it fair to assume that it's pretty logical, isn't it?
If I was to answer your question, I would be giving information to my competitors, and I would like to avoid that.
Okay, so
my apologies for that.